Hey friends, welcome. February 22nd, 2025. I have been waiting for this one. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine not the ancient world of Jerusalem, not the dusty roads of Galilee, but Denver, Colorado. Today, February 22nd, 2025. The hum of the city surrounds you. Cars rush down Spear Boulevard. The smell of fresh brewed coffee drifts from a cafe on the 16th Street Mall. And skiers? Well, they load up their SUVs, heading for the mountains. The city is alive, but beneath its energy, there is brokenness. Some are thriving, while others are barely holding on. Now, imagine that Jesus is here, walking these streets as he did 2,000 years ago. He doesn't arrive in a grand procession or stand in the spotlight. Instead, he moves among the people, meeting them where they are, listening, healing, speaking truth, and revealing the heart of God in places no one expects. This is what we are doing, following Jesus day by day, as if he still walks among us in 2025. Each day, a new city, a new encounter. And today, we journey with him through Denver. Before the first light of dawn, Jesus stands atop the iconic Red Rocks Amphitheater, looking out over the city. The air is crisp, the wind whispering through the massive sandstone formations. He closes his eyes and breathes deeply, his spirit communing with the Father. Father, let this city know your love. Let the weary find rest, the lost be found, the broken be healed. Let your light shine in the darkest places. The first rays of sunlight crest over the horizon, bathing the city in golden light. Jesus watches, knowing that behind the beauty, many wake up with worry, addiction, hunger, and fear. But hope is here. He walks toward it. Descending from Red Rocks, he takes the West Line light rail into downtown, standing among commuters, nurses finishing their night shifts, students heading to class, and a man clutching a worn-out backpack, avoiding eye contact with everyone, but Jesus sees him. "Rough morning," Jesus asks gently. The man, startled, looks up. His name is Raymond, and he has been sleeping at Civic Center Park for the past 2 weeks. He lost his job. His family has cut him off. He feels invisible. "You're not alone," Jesus says. "You are seen and you are loved." Raymond's eyes fill with tears. No one has spoken to him like this in years. Jesus reaches into his pocket, hands him an RTD ticket, and says, "Let's find you some help." Together, they step off the train at 10th and Osage Station, heading toward the Dolores Project, a shelter that provides food and resources for those in need. As Jesus walks past Denver Health Medical Center, he hears the cries of a mother in the ER waiting room. She clutches the hand of her son, Daniel, a 10-year-old boy who was hit by a car the night before. The doctors say he may never walk again. Jesus kneels beside the child and gently places his hand on Daniel's leg. The room falls silent as warmth spreads through the boy's body. His toes twitch, then his foot moves. Slowly, he bends his knee. The mother gasps. How? Jesus simply smiles and says, "Your faith has made him well." Doctors rush over, stunned. The mother embraces her son, weeping with joy. Jesus touches her shoulder. "Do not be afraid. Trust in the one who heals both body and soul." Nearby, Jason, a man in his 40s, sits slumped in a chair, his hands trembling from fentanyl withdrawal. His clothes are ragged, his face sunken. He has burned every bridge, lost everything, and is about to walk out and score another hit. Jesus sits beside him. "Jason, do you want to be free forever?" Jason stares at him, feeling something he can't explain. Hope. He nods, his voice barely a whisper. Jesus takes his hands, steadying them. "You are stronger than the chains that bind you. Walk with me, and you will find life." A nurse notices them and feels a deep conviction to help. She calls over a social worker, and before Jason knows it, he's being admitted into a rehab program, a chance at a new life. Jesus walks through Civic Center Park next, where protesters have gathered, holding signs demanding rent control, fair wages, and better housing policies. The energy is raw: anger, frustration, desperation. Jesus does not yell, nor does he push through the crowd. He listens, he watches, then, as people begin to notice him, he speaks. A city is judged by how it treats its most vulnerable. If you have 2 coats, share with the one who has none. If you have wealth, use it to lift others up. Love is not just in words, it's in action. The crowd quiets. Some nod in agreement, others scoff. "Another dreamer," someone mutters. Jesus turns to them. "Dreams do not change the world. Love does." A reporter from 9 News steps forward, microphone in hand. "What do you say about those who think helping the poor is a burden on the economy?" Jesus meets her gaze. "Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy." A few blocks away, inside Union Station, executives sip coffee at the elegant Cooper Lounge. Jesus walks in and sits at the table of Catherine, a high-powered real estate developer who has built a fortune but lost her peace. "You look burdened," Jesus says. She forces a smile. "It comes with the job." "But does it have to?" Jesus says. She blinks, caught off guard. "What do you mean?" "You work for what perishes, but you are starving for what lasts. Let go of what cannot satisfy. Seek what is eternal." For the first time in years, Catherine feels something she cannot ignore: conviction. Next, Jesus arrives at the Denver Rescue Mission, where volunteers are serving dinner. Instead of standing at a podium to preach, he ties on an apron and serves. He hands plates to those in line, calls them by name, and treats each person with dignity. After dinner, a group gathers. he tells a simple parable. He says, "A man built his house on sand and another on rock. When the storm came, the house on sand collapsed, but the one on rock stood firm. Whoever hears my words and follows them builds their life on the rock." A man in the back, a former pastor who lost his way, wipes his eyes. The words pierce his heart. He feels something he hasn't in years. Hope. Later, Jesus steps outside, looking up at the Denver skyline. The stars shimmer above the city as he whispers, "Father, let them know you as I know you." So this was just one day. Tomorrow, Jesus will rise again and walk among us, continuing his work of love, healing, and truth. Where will he go next? What lives will he touch? Join us again as we continue to follow Jesus in our time, in a new city each day, step by step, moment by moment, one day at a time. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. When you do, you'll get all of our new posts. We post every day. You'll get a notification that lets you know we have new content out there. And when you subscribe, you join 440,000 other subscribers who are all here to share the word and be a part of this ministry and community. I can't wait to see you. Before you leave, I'd like to offer a prayer for the hopes, needs, and intentions that you hold in your heart on this day. You ready? I'll lead. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. That was beautiful. Don't forget to join us tomorrow. What city will Jesus be in? Who will he meet? And what will we learn? That's the most important part, right? Don't forget to hug your family. They love you. And I can't wait till I get a chance to see you again tomorrow. Take care, my beautiful friends. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.